Hey there everybody, Tim here. I have for you a video. Kind of awkward, but it's easy. It's coming right from the live stream. So if you watch the live stream, you've already seen this stuff. If you have not seen the live stream, then this kind of will tie you to that and all that such there. What we have here is over the past weekend, I was able to play on the Dragonflight beta. Actually had time to play on it. I got to test out the Incarnates normal mode, which is the raid that's coming out, the very first raid that's coming out with the new Dragonflight expansion. Playing Devastation Evoker, the DPS version of the new class that Blizzard is bringing to us in WoW. And I had a fun time with it. I enjoyed it. The video is just going to be me breaking down each of the boss kills that we had, what I could have been doing different, what I did right, what I did wrong, yada, yada, yada. Just trying to point out the strengths and weaknesses of Devastation Evoker during the raid that I could kind of pick off, maybe pick up some new things just watching it back. And just kind of showing off the raid in general to those who want to see it, and showing off the Evoker gameplay for those who want to see it as well. So sit back, enjoy. If you do like what you're seeing, subscribe, like, all that bullshit that we YouTubers like to have you guys do. And I will see you guys next time. Eranog, essentially what he does is, I guess I was using Files of Glacial Fury. That's pretty fun. What he does is you fight him. You then, so people get marked like circles. You gotta kind of move those out of the group, and then those will summon fire portal. They'll put like lava on the ground. They'll summon fire portals, which will have guys come out. So you have to kill all those ads and stuff, and then you focus a boss. So it's like, you know, focus boss, ads are a party after there. After so often, he'll I don't know if there's a timer or anything on it. He'll summon like a wall, a circle. Let's just pause real quick. Around the whole outside of the room, we have a blue area here. He'll summon fire elementals, and like they're all chained up. And as you know, they'll move towards the center of the room. If those guys that are moving to the center of the room, the fire elementals, walk over those like lava pools that the ads came from, they get a shield, which is really shitty, from what I understand. But the idea is kind of like the Painsmith spike balls. You just focus one, you burn it down, you open up a hole in the chain, you walk through, and then let them get to the middle, so the boss loses his shield. The boss takes no damage on that phase, or like maybe 99% less damage. So you have to focus those things, wait for him to get to the middle, then you can fight the boss some more. Sick Lua arrows during this. Maybe this is my first attempt on it. I don't fucking know. But there's the ads. So, like, you know, dragon breaths all around as we did it. So essentially, you know, priority here is disintegrate, which is what we're popping off with the big laser beam here. Casting iron powered abilities on cooldown as much as possible. Using a rank 1 fire blast. Using rank 1 eternity surge, because this hits, well, 2 targets the way I'm spec'd. And then this has the longer dot and the less upfront damage, but we want to have as much up time as possible on our dot. I think I was tipped the scalings a bit there because I don't see a dot on the boss from it, but I was also dealing with this Lua arrow the whole fucking time too, so this keeps popping up the whole fight. I apologize. So that's one thing I would change for sure. I wouldn't tip the scales fire breath, at least single target on the boss. I would tip the scales fire breath on these ads because they're gonna die before the dot runs up. If I do a rank 1 fire blast, but if it was just the boss, I wouldn't. So he's gonna run to the middle here, and this is where I think I die because I think we had super split DPS on this part here. If it's the one I was thinking, I did this boss a few times. So you see how they're coming in? Let's call it collapsing flame. They're just kind of coming in. Oh no, we got this one pretty well. It was the other attempt I had on this boss where I died. Our DPS was super split on it. Maybe he doesn't take less damage. He's just in the middle there. Then when they get in the middle, they just blow up. So you want to stay out of the middle, obviously, during that. It makes sense, right, guys? It's not too crazy. I was able to fit in a Dragon Rage, which is like our 2-minute cooldown, at the beginning of the fight, and I'll be able to fit one in here towards the end. What Dragon Rage does is it gives us our full mastery on all our abilities. And what our mastery is essentially The more health a target has, the more damage we do to it. So when we pop Dragon Rage, which is our 2-minute cooldown, it acts like the enemy we're fighting has 100% health the whole time while we're doing this. We get full damage on all our abilities. So the idea behind it is to use it as much as possible, or not use it as much as possible. Use it at times where it's going to be the most valuable. So depending on the fight, you may only want to use it once. If you don't have enough time to use it once during a fight, you want to save it towards the end. I wasn't sure on the timing of this fight. I figured, fuck it, we'll crank into the beginning, and if we lose it, we lose it. But we're able to use it twice. I should have held it a little bit longer, but again, unsure of the timings of the fight for sure. So it's not too crazy. We got loot from it too. I don't think I took. I don't think I got any loot. I don't think I took that loot. I was just checking it out.
Doubtful.
So let's go back through the fight real quick. Let's just go through it one more time. It was a pretty quick fight. Few-minute fight. Let's go through it one more time here, because there was a few things that I, you know, we won't watch the whole thing. As far as like different things from what I've read and stuff that I wasn't doing that might be huge. I'm not sure though. Apparently during Dragon Rage you want to Azure Strike. I don't know, instead of Living Flame. I don't know why. This is just kind of what I've been hearing and reading. Dragon Breath on the ads is huge for this fight though. You know, if you're expecting to stunning them, it will stun them. But it's just a big damage ability. You can see over here on my right hand side the damage profile, like the damage meters, and then what damage everything is doing. So Disintegrate's like a huge button on our spells here. I remember on one of the attempts of this, I think I did this twice. On the second attempt of this, I had one of the evokers in the raid message me like, do we use Pyre on this fight? I was like, no, you never touch Pyre unless you charge at 20 stacks, because it's just, Pyre is just like a wet noodle of a button right now. But yeah, there I 4-stacked it because there were still ads up. So a few things I could do different with this fight is learn the timings when the ads do come out, so I don't have Fire Breath on cooldown, because I cranked Fire Breath as soon as it came off cooldown, but I should probably hold Fire Breath until those ads come up if I'm going to be on ad duty. I think for this fight, now granted, we're all in bot tier gear or PvP gear, which is higher item level than we're going to be going into the raid with. But I think for this fight, we're going to dedicate people to ads, at least for my guild, for offsite, or whatever the fuck we name our guild going forward. I think we're going to dedicate people to ads, and then just have people single target the boss down, because as you could tell, the ads were just dying so damn quick in this fight, that I just don't think it's worthwhile having everyone do this. Like, we had, what, 13 people in this raid, which is normal, like, typical what we have for offsite, and we had, how many ads come up? Hold up, you Lua errors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ads come up, and they're at what, 327k. So those will get melted down pretty quick overall, especially if they get brought to the boss. So I don't know. It's all going to be dependent on how we do our things, but Evoker does really well at taking down ads because of our mastery. So you know, just kind of take into that into account going forward with the fight. But overall, Eranog's not a terrible fight as long as you have everyone focus one thing here. Focus one ad here during the fight. This is gonna be like this is what will kill people, is this part here. Not the Lua error, but like not focusing one of these ads down. But if you just have a semi-coordinated group, it's not hard to take those guys down. And as you can see, we got this down, and we killed the boss in just one of those collapsing flame things. So it's not too crazy if you got some people that, you know, semi know what they're doing. Overall on damage, this Fire Mage kicked my ass towards the end of this fight. Actually, no, we caught up towards the end there. Let's see. So overall damage for the fight, and don't take this into full account because tuning isn't finished in terms of classes go. But this Fire Mage did 38.8k, not bad. We did 33.0k, and there's a lot we can clean up with our gameplay here as well. So that's Eranog. Not too bad of a fight. Pretty simple, pretty easy first boss. and it's an active first boss too. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of just doing stuff rather than whatever the fuck the ball boss was at the beginning of Sanctum, or not Sanctum, but Sepulchre, the first one. So a solid start to the raid here with Eranog for sure.